Right then, hello and welcome back to my Deus Ex Mankind Divided walkthrough. It's more of like a second playthrough than a walkthrough, so I'm just getting used to everything again, going through the game. Anyone who's watching the stream, you know that I like to play as stealthy as possible. If I do get spotted, I will restart to the nearest checkpoint or save point, because I just like to play how I think it should be played, but obviously everyone has their own different play styles. But this is just the way I like to play it. So yeah, I'm going to a new area at the moment. As the name of the video says, I'm going to a new place called Golem City. So yeah, and when I get to a new area, I do like to explore, try and loot everything. One thing I don't like doing is obviously taking down cops on this game. I like to try and sneak through an area without taking anyone out as possible, if possible. But there will be some cases and some times where you have to take the guys out. You can't just sneak past them. And there'll be times where, obviously, I can just sneak past without any problems. So I will continue from where I left off. See if I can remember these controls. I've been playing a lot of Fortnite, so if I get spotted a few times or if I accidentally throw a grenade, you'll know why. Anyway, thanks for watching, and hope you enjoy it.
Problems?
Nothing I can't handle. We're just waiting on chicane.
So tell me about this new lead then. The Intellicam footage.
State police dropped it off this morning, badly corrupted. But Cheng worked his magic and managed to recover some images. They show an org in a yellow hoodie, dropping bags where each bomb went off.
You ran facial recognition? You got an ID?
Couldn't see his face. But the bags are the same ones used by Talos Rucker and his aid workers in the Utilec complex.
That's a stretch.
3 bombings in Prague in 6 months, Jensen. All of them after the leader of ARC took up residence in that ghetto. Rucker needs to answer for these attacks. Here's chicane now.
Am I late? Are you too early?
You're right on time. Agent Jensen was just agreeing that we need to bring Rucker in.
Quick snatch and grab. Should be easy enough.
So we've already decided he's guilty?
We just need to talk to him on our terms, not when he's surrounded by fanatics. Getting into Golem isn't the problem. Reaching Rucker is. ARC territory is fiercely defended. No one sets foot in there.
Not even the state police?
They can't.
Rucker wasn't forced into Golem City. He bought his way in.
Blackmailed would be more apt. He threatened to go public with evidence of a humanitarian crisis. One that the United Nations Security Council had swept under the rug.
Got them to force the Czech government to hand over part of the Utilec complex to him. A little bit of hush real estate, so to speak.
He stays quiet and guarantees safety for himself and his followers. Smart. So how do I get in?
I've made a deal with an ARC prospect named Tibor Sokol. Promised to get his family out of the complex, so long as he gets you past ARC's checkpoints.
You trust him?
We have to. It's that or nothing. Sokol will meet you at an apartment in the housing district. Number 237. Any questions?
You ask me. Rucker sounds more like a savvy politician than a terrorist.
These days, the lines tend to be blurred.
But Rucker was a highly respected doctor, with no military training. What am I missing here?
Rucker is a man of deeply held convictions, with an unshakable belief in his own righteousness. Doesn't take much to push a man like that to terrorism.
Man's a zealot.
He's a suspect. Just bring him in.
You really believe ARC is responsible for these attacks? For all of them?
Ark has had the means, motive, and opportunity every time.
Even Dubai? Rucker and the Coalition are still confined to Golem City. They have a heavy police presence keeping an eye on them.
Golem isn't a concentration camp. You grease the right palms, you can get the papers you need to come and go.
I find that hard to believe.
So get me the evidence to prove otherwise. Get to Talus Rucker and bring him in, Agent.
Let's get this over with.
Let me know when you've got Rucker.
But damn, Jensen. Every time I look at you, I can't believe the amount of jewelry you've got on. Tell me, how's that aftermarket shit working out for you?
Never better. Maybe you should reconsider. What with that limp?
No. I like my limp. Keeps me honest. You ready to light out?
You're my only backup on this one. Before we leave, I'd like to know you've actually got my back.
Trust me. I flew 10 years in the SAAF and 5 in the private sector moving corporate heads. And in all that time, I've never lost a fare.
How many years with TF-29?
2, which is a year and a half longer than you from what I understand. So you want to keep talking resumes, waste more of our time? Or will you trust me to get the job done?
Let's do this.
Good. Strap in.
But still we have no answers. No one has yet claimed responsibility. Dr. Talus Rucker, the leader of ARC, posted a letter condemning the attack. Sources close to the investigation, however, tell me that Rucker and ARC may be behind it after all. I don't know about you folks, but with the upcoming...
Interesting 3-game ritual you've got there. You getting pissed enough to end this guy yet?
I got a no-kill order.
Is that right? Would have thought he'd done enough to warrant extreme prejudice.
How far out are we?
Coming up on it now. Not many spots I can set her down. You got a preference?
Get as close to the ground as you can. I'll take it from there.
Whatever you say, boss. Jensen, still got all your parts together?
I'm fine. How close did you get me to our contact's location? Housing Unit 237.
Jesus, Jensen, I didn't put you on his doorstep. Residential sector should be just ahead of you. Me, I'm gonna switch to autopilot, have a coffee. Let me know if things get interesting.
Hey, man. Hey, man.
There's a deluxe model.
Access granted.
that will eventually be implanted in our natural access to. I told you an attack strategy would involve paranoid. Well, what do you think now, Conspiracy _Chan 99? Still think your boy Laz is paranoid? They got us, man. They had us on the grid for generations, and now they're gonna impale us on their spikes. That's why they call it the incident. Let's just block it. They slapped it on the table.
One the whole content in pieces.
You will be fine, I promise. Do not give up hope.
Someone turn up the damn heat.
No. Are you lost? I'm just passing through. I don't suppose you've got any neuropazine you can spare, do you?
Here. Looks like these people need it more than I do.
That's very kind of you. I wasn't expecting. Word of advice? You might want to keep a low profile tonight. Golem City can be sketchy in the best of times. This definitely isn't one of them.
Why? What's happened?
Haven't you heard? Terrorists try to blow up Rosika Station. And even though people here couldn't have had anything to do with it, the cops need someone to blame.
Where I come from, cops are supposed to be the good guys.
What planet is that? Because where I come from, the police have been militarizing for years, wasting money and inciting deep levels of mistrust between them and the very people they're supposed to protect.
Is that what's happening in Golem City?
It's happening all over the place. The cops in Golem are a special breed. They control everything here. Food, drugs, neuropazine, and not all of them think very highly of Azars.
These cops, they're looking for members of ARC?
We're all members of ARC to them, one way or another. And some of us may have even done bad things, but not the kind of things the rest of the world says we've done.
Sounds like you support ARC.
Why shouldn't I? The Augmented Rights Coalition was started with the best of intentions, as a non-violent way to confront injustices and advance the cause of augmented rights.
Okay. But in my experience, the best of intentions often go awry.
That may be true, but right now Talus Rucker and ARC are the only things keeping people in Golem alive. Trust me, they're the good guys.
I'm getting the impression that you see ARC and Talus Rucker as some kind of augmented Robin Hoods. How well do you know the man?
I met Talus years ago in India. We were both humanitarian aid volunteers back then.
Is he a good man? The press paints him as a narcissist.
He has his faults, but I wouldn't believe everything you see on Pacus News.
Does he visit this area of the complex much?
You know, you've been asking me an awful lot of questions.
Did I do something to offend you, Doc? Because that wasn't my intention.
Maybe not, but it sounds like you're fishing for information on the only man who's holding this place together. So you can't blame me for being cautious.
I'm asking precisely because I know how important he is. You seem to think highly of him.
I admire his idealism. He believes people will usually do the right thing. They just need to discover what it is.
And that includes arming yourself when the rest of the world turns against you.
Talus has fought Ark's armament every step of the way. He still fights it. But don't listen to me. Listen to his daily broadcasts. They'll tell you everything you need to know.
I see. Well, thanks for the warning, Doc.
I hope you'll take it to heart.
Don't worry. Everything will be fine.
I can't feel my toes, man.
You must submit to an identification scan.
Initiate security scan.
Welcome to Golem City, Clank. And I fear the repercussions will test our resolve.
Just now.
The strength of our convictions.
We heard the cops showed up and
We have been
Do anything? He gave them some attitude when they hassled him, but it was sick. He didn't deserve that.
a policeman north brutalizing an unarmed motorist. That sounds familiar.
is blinded.
Everywhere we go to those cops.
I urge you.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Another example of peaceful protest.
That's what everyone says when they're called. If my partner gets here, that's what everyone says when they're called. Okay, that's good. will have to assume you intend to attack the
Back off! Blanks!
You have no right to stop it. Police have broken us. They have won. I'm sick of you. We don't want you here.
Happy until we're all dead.
Work your area. Remain calm and
This most recent act of senseless violence has been...
out of this. Stop! You're not welcome here.
Such violence.
Power! We will be slaughtered!
You people. Now what? What other lies have you come to tell me?
I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm here to see Sokol. He's expecting me.
Which one? My husband Dushan or his foolish brother Tibor? I guess it doesn't matter which one. The police took them both to the Narrows to torture them for information they do not have.
It's been a rough day, especially here. I can see that. But maybe I can help. What happened?
Like you care. My husband is gone. Tibor said he had a way of getting us out of Golem City. A contact with... Wait. Who are you?
I'm the contact.
And maybe there is a chance.
There's always a chance.
I'm sorry. Normally they only take ARC members. Tibor is ARC. He has been taken before. But now, after the bombing, they come for Tibor. Dushani asks why, and then they take my Dushan. He has done nothing. Nothing.
Do you know where they were taken?
I told you already. The Narrows. Instead of asking stupid questions, why don't you do something?
Hey, I can see you're upset. And you're right to be. But if you have information that can help me get you and your family out of here, please tell me. It's not too late.
I'm sorry. It has been very difficult. Tibor has been arrested before. He thinks ARC will keep him safe. The last time he was rescued by someone coming in through the ceiling of his cell. There are many places in Golem City that are unfinished. Maybe that can help.
I think it can. Thank you.
Adela.
Adam.
Protecting ourselves from them.
Chicane, we got a problem. Our contact's been swept up by the police.
I heard about cops in Golem, Jensen. Your Interpol ID won't get you any kindness with them.
That's all right, I didn't bring it with me. They're holding him in a place called the Narrows. I'll contact you after I find him.
Get out of here. Smart clank like you should know where he's not wanted.
I gave up. Long and bored. Oh.
Go through the database, cross-reference outstanding warrants. Maybe we'll find someone willing to talk. Get back to work. Compound sector clear. Chain of command, that's why.
Hey, brother, watch it. The cops are everywhere today.
I noticed that. Are you Tibor?
Yes, you're late, Interpol.
I know. I spoke to your sister-in-law. She told me what happened.
Adila, is she all right?
It seems like she can take care of herself.
Yes, she can. You know, I can't help you. It's too dangerous now.
Tibor, I can get you out of here.
And then what? They go back to my housing unit and take me again?
And what if you're not there? Interpol has promised to get you and your family out of here to safety.
Safety? There is no safety. Only tyrants who prey on the weak and the innocent.
All right, Tibor, listen. I understand why you can't come with me, but I still need to get to Rucker, or what happened to you and your family today will happen to others. I'll smooth it over with Interpol. Is there any other way you can help me?
There's a man, a smuggler, Louis Galois. He imports items for Talos, neuropozyne, whiskey. He could get you in, but you'd have to do him a favor. He likes favors.
That's something. Any other ideas?
My keycard to get to Ark territory is gone. One of the cops took it. Probably still has it on him.
Thanks, I'll look into it.
Please, I know you don't owe me anything, but if you see my brother Dushan, help him. If anything happens to him, Adela will kill me.
Of that, I have no doubt. I'll see what I can do. Chicane, get a message to Miller. Sokol's backed out of the deal.
Why am I not surprised?
He's just looking after his family. Besides, it's not a complete wash. He gave me some options on how to get into Ark on my own.
Well, just be careful, Jensen. This arsehole obviously can't be trusted. Let me know when you're in.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted. Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
bust in there and clean them out. No other way in? Wonder if we should have a... few more people at the main entrance. One arc, son of a bitch. Never know what might happen up there. Surrounded by clanks. Respect. Never know what might happen up there. Let me see just one arc, son of a bitch. Got it.
Questions and raising truth if you're just tuning in. As per usual, let's get back to flag situation. Like the Gulf of Tonkin and the Reichstag, like 9/11 and the Aug incident before this. There's more here than meets the eye. By eye, I mean the all-seeing eye on the tippy top of fucking Mordor. We know who's responsible for this. Sauron and his relentless band of Illuminati. But instead of the 9 dudes in black on horseback, it's a council of 5 in Aston Martins. They will never stop until we are all dropped into isolationist ghettos, just like Golem City followers. This attack expedites legislation that, in time, will be expanded to include natural.
see just one arc, son of a bitch.
Never know what may happen up there.
Bust in there and clean them out.
Raising truth if you're just tuning in. As per usual. Let's get back to it. Always know when it comes to false flag situations. Like Gulf, Pumpkin, and the Reichstag. Like 9/11 and the AUG incident before this. There's more here that meets the eye. By eye, I mean the all-seeing eye on the tippy top of fucking Mordor. We know who's responsible for this. Sauron and his relentless band of the Lumi Nazgûl.
Assholes will try something.
Black on horseback. It's a council of 5 in Aston Martins. They will never stop until we are all dropped into isolationist ghettos, just like Golem City, followers. This attack expedites legislation that, in time, will be expanded to include naturals. It'll guarantee legislation.
Sure they have no other way in? You got it. Never know what might happen up there.
Those cops won't be a problem anymore.
Too bad. I was just starting to warm up to them.
I can try and get some more down here if that's what you want.
No. It is better this happens now before I become too attached. You mind untying me?
Sure.
So, was it Tibor or Adela that asked you to help me? Or something else?
A man getting savagely beaten isn't something I can just watch, regardless of the reason.
Well, you know cops, right? Assholes do not need a reason.
I do know cops, and whether it's right or wrong, there's always a reason.
Look, all I know is that since the Ruzicka bombing, the police have been cracking down on us hard. They suspect Ark, of course, but they're blaming every og. For most of them, it's just another excuse to hurt us.
I thought you weren't a member of Ark.
My brother is. I just repair things for them sometimes. Heating units, security cameras. It is how I earn a living for my family.
Do you know if Ark was responsible for the Ruzicka bombing?
No. And I do not want to know. After this, I'm done with them. Being associated with Ark. Even if they are our only hope, it is not worth the pain. Look, you want to know what Ark is up to? You're going to have to ask them yourself.
Fair enough. How do I do that?
When you have robbed the man of all, the things... He is no longer the... He has no more of... Shit! Power? Something. Freedom. How does it go?
Are you feeling alright?
It is this week's passphrase. It is Selznick or Solzhenitsyn. Ah, I got it. When you rob a man of everything, he is no longer in your power. He is free again. Just remember the quote. It'll get you past Lubosh. He guards the way to the Ark elevator. Just repeat the quote, and he will let you in.
This'll help, thank you.
It is the least I can do. Thanks to you, I get to sleep in my own bed tonight.
Just leave me alone, Wrench. Traitor.
Prison within a prison. That makes no sense.
It doesn't matter if they're a grandmother or a...
Please, help my brother.
We should just get rid of all of them.
Don't get too close. I have tuberculosis.
You can't have TB. We cured that.
No, we can treat it with medicine. But when's the last time you heard of any medicine being delivered to this hellhole? One step at a time.
Mr. Jensen, this is Otar Botkovere. I hear you are in the Utulek complex.
Keeping tabs on me, Botkovelli?
It is time for that favor you owe me. There is a shopkeeper named Galwa in the city markets. I want you to eliminate him.
I'm not in the assassination game.
How you take care of this problem is your business, but I expect you to keep your word.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
It's just not fair. I thought that having a baby would be the greatest day of our lives, but now...
I know. I'm scared too.
Is it right, do you think, for us to bring a baby into the world? What kind of parents would force their child to grow up in a place like this?
If you're suggesting what I think you're suggesting, I don't know.
Please, go away.
Leave us alone. You're bothering my wife.
Act of senseless violence has been laid.
Nikdo se nechce přiznat, aspoň
Yeah, well, Tibor almost certainly is. I took some kinds of blood.
All you ever talk about
Good
is
idea.
If you do hear from her, please let me know.
An elevator.
You came here on purpose?
It was in the... Early days of this place. Nobody knew yet what it was really like. Her dad kicked her out because she was a woman.
I'm starving. That's not my problem. I can't afford to give away food. More food
I
than
had
you
no
need.
money.
This into the bed.
No help.
I made the mistake of going with her. And some arms will threaten me.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
The center. Structure. Oncology. Quality. Excellence. Center. Restoring the past.
Anomaly detected. Trace program access granted.
This is Eliza Cassell, reporting to you live
know how many times I've been robbed? Too many.
Messy. I can tell.
This is a pleasant surprise. I wasn't expecting any customers today, given the unpleasantness outside.
Are you Louis Galois?
I am. If this is a referral, may I ask which of my customers was impressed enough to recommend me?
Tibor Sokol.
Ah, poor Tibor. But how may I be of service?
When I spoke to Tibor, he said you can help me get into Ark territory, undetected.
What did he say, precisely?
That you bring supplies into Golem for Talus Rucker, under the radar.
Tibor should be more careful what he says, and to whom.
He also said you would probably ask a favor in return.
Yes, as it happens, I do have a need for someone like...
So, for you to give me access, all I have to do is get your...
These are desperate...
If that's what it takes.
Excellent.
Let's talk about the Diwali crime family.
Who are they?
They're the people running organized crime in Prague. Their second in command is a man named Otar Botkavelli. Heard of him?
No. I'm sorry, I haven't.
Well, that's too bad. I was hoping you could tell me why he wants me to kill you.
Shit! He wants me dead? Durak son of a bitch.
Sounds like you're starting to remember him now.
Yeah, Otar. He just slipped my mind for a moment.
That's not the only thing slipping.
Fine, smart guy. I work for Otar's boss, the head of the Diwali family, Radic Nikoladze. I spy on Otar's activities for Radic. Shit, I just realized. The other Pakyan, Konstantin, he died in the train station bombing.
You're thinking Otar wants to get the second spy, you, out of the way, and make a move against Radic.
I'm sure he'd love that. Those two have had their own private Cold War going on for years. But still, getting rid of me and Konstantin wouldn't be enough. Otar needs to gather more support in Prague and in Georgia.
But he could do it.
The only thing keeping him from consolidating his power is... well, me? But you're not really planning to kill me, are you?
No, I draw the line at assassination for would-be mob bosses.
Thank you. What can I do to repay you? Name it. Anything.
Vaclav Kolar. What's his connection to Radic?
Wait, I can't tell you that. Radic would kill me.
You said anything. Unless you'd prefer the alternative.
Damn it. Okay. Radic, Kolar, and I have a trilateral arrangement. Radic has an augmented leg. You just became the 5th living person to know that. So, I get Radic his neuropazine, and Kolar maintains his leg. In return, Radic looks out for us.
He's not doing a great job of that. You're lucky Otar sent me instead of somebody else.
He won't stop with you either. I'd better get out of the country until this blows over. And I'll guess I'll have to retire the Louis Galois persona. Ah well, I had fun playing him.
Next time, try it with a French accent. Might be more credible.
Well, since I'm going to be abandoning this shop anyway, you might as well use my Ark access. I'll unlock the security door at the back of this room. Beyond that, there's a ladder that'll take you where you want to go.
Thanks.
Perhaps you would like to make a purchase before you leave. A small contribution to the Louis Galois Escape Fund.
Let's see what you've got for sale.
These are all the goods I have available. certain?
I'll be on my way for now.
As you wish. But I hope to see you again.
Machiavelli, it's Jensen. Your problem in the Udalek complex has been taken care of.
Good. I look forward to hearing the details. But that will have to wait, because I have other urgent matters keeping me busy at the moment. I will call you back shortly.
Only the best and the brightest, right? It's all bullshit.
Jensen, getting lonely up here. Got an update for me?
Yeah. I discovered that favors are like currency in Golem City. We're back on track. I'm heading for an area called the Throat now. Should take me straight into Ark territory.
Good. I'll update Miller and do a flyby up ahead. Get you the lay of the land.
Copy that.
That was terrible.
Is there something I can help you with?
You're Lubosh, right? Dushin Sokol told me Ark might have the answers I'm looking for. He sent me to you.
Dushin? I heard the police had him and his brother Tibor locked up in the Narrows.
Yeah, the cops were working Dushin over pretty good when I found him. Wasn't exactly a fair fight, so I stepped in.
Is he okay?
He'll be fine. Looking forward to sleeping in his own bed tonight.
Not a lot of people in here would be bothered to stop and help out the stranger.
What was happening wasn't right.
You took on the police by yourself, on their own turf?
And then Dushin pointed me to you.
He was right to do so. But I'm sure he would have given you something more. Some wisdom, maybe?
When you've robbed a man of everything, he's no longer in your power. He's free again.
Spoken like a true brother of the revolution. I think I even heard conviction in your voice. I'll unlock the elevator for you. Go on up.
How did you get involved with Ark?
I used to load freight for the Czech railway in Ostrava. After the incident, my employers were afraid of me. I was fired. So like most of the augmented in the country, I drifted into Prague, unlicensed and homeless. The police swept me up in a sewer raid one night, put a round in my leg and dumped me here. It wasn't long before Talos found me.
And he gave you work?
He gave me purpose. He's the reason I'm still alive.
What can you tell me about Talos?
First time I met him, he's cutting a bullet out of me while trying to explain the history of the Gulag. He has his hand stuck in my leg, and he's encouraging me to study Stalinist labor camps. 3 months later, I pass him in the throat, and he says, "Lubosh, how's the leg? Are you studying the Gulag like I suggested?" Remembered me like it was yesterday.
Sounds like he has a good memory.
No, I mattered to him. Me, a nobody, mattered to a great man like Talos Rucker. That's the kind of man he is.
Dushin said some of the police are using the Ruzika bombing as an excuse to hurt the Augmented in Golem City. Why do you think that is?
They're trying to manufacture a response from Talos to get Ark to fight back.
Violence begets violence.
That's right. And if Ark responds violently, then their case against us only builds. But Talos is too smart. He won't allow Ark to be baited into a false confession, even if it means that the people we've sworn to protect are hurt.
Great, thanks.
caught one. Patrolling the market, just like you said it would be.
I got it, brothers. Now, let's see what we've got here. These little guys can be tricky. Every once in a while, one of them will go off, even if you...
Should have tried cutting the blue wire.
If only life was that simple. You are lost, brother? It looks like you might have taken a wrong turn.
You must be the welcoming committee.
No. I am Marchenko. And Marchenko, he is more of a guardian. Like the hound at the gates of hell, yes?
I'm not real big on the classics.
That is a pity. What a man reads can tell you more about him than his face. Can I give you a little friendly advice?
Sure.
Go back. Go home. There is nothing for someone like you here.
How do you figure that? You don't know me.
I know this place, up ahead. We call it the Throat. And sometimes those get cut, yes? When outsiders come wandering in where they should not.
I'll take my chances. I just want to see where Ark hides out.
We are not hiding from anyone.
Tell that to the cops down below.
Do not listen to police and all their bullshit about Ark. Those Lupotia pricks are everywhere, breaking heads, making their mess, and we have to deal with it. Better watch yourself. They won't go easy on you either, leash or no leash.
It's not right what the police are doing. Someone has to stand up to them.
Is that you? Because it takes a lot to step out of line and answer back. And once you do, there is no return. Not everyone has the courage to take up the fight.
You make it sound like you're in a war.
It is a war. On us. On every augmented human. You see that, don't you? There is a moment coming, and it will be soon, when all of us will have to choose a side. Anyone who does not will just be in the way. And that could get them killed.
I thought Ark was about preserving human rights, not advocating armed revolt.
Here and now, brother, it is the same thing.
What you're talking about, that's terrorism.
Is it? I thought we were just two men having a conversation, discussing the issues of the day.
Like your friend Rucker? I see him on the net. He feel the same way you do?
Ah, yes. Talos. He is a good man. Strong, intelligent, principled. You could learn a lot from him.
I admit he's got a way about him. He talks and people listen. But is that enough?
He is no politician, if that is what you mean. Rucker gave up an easy life for our cause. He lives the struggle, just like the rest of us.
Respect anyone with principles. But in my experience, that doesn't get you much when the storm comes down.
Well, as much as a political debate stimulates me, you are pushing my patience, and I have work to do. You have had your warning. Get out of here, while you still can.
If that was your recruitment speech, I gotta tell you, it sucked. The way I see it, after the bombing, tide's turning against you. ARC has made itself public enemy #1.
Yes, it may seem that way. For now. Until then. Sergei! Be careful in there, Shiny. Huh? Nasty rumors of a wrench getting scratches on his finish will scare the tourists away. Ah, yes. We'll be seeing you.
Chicane, patch me through to Miller.
Give him a message. Patch you through. What am I, your fucking secretary now?
Jensen, I thought you were back on track.
I am. But I need you to run a name through iLink. Victor Marchenko. Got a feeling about this guy.
Fine. But remember, you're there for Rucker. If he's behind these attacks, everyone else will fall in line.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Owing to the slanderous and inflammatory insinuations, outright lies being put forth by the media, the police presence in the intellect complex has increased. Reports have reached my ears of unlawful searches, arbitrary arrests, and brutal violence posing as interrogation. Strongly advocate the same spirit. No law is ever addressed with all and aggression. Be courteous to the police. Cooperate. If you witness or personally experience abuse, do not escalate. Report all violations to harm. Those responsible will answer for their crimes once the current crisis has passed. I urge you, please do not allow yourselves to get discouraged. The period of greatest darkness is quickly followed by the bright light of dawn. We will stay strong. We will resist despair. If we remain united, we can withstand anything. It is understandable that emotions should be running high. But there is absolutely no excuse for abusing innocent people. We demand that the members of the police and their civil commanders curtail their current behavior and begin comporting themselves in a fair and honorable fashion. That concludes our broadcast. Until tomorrow, remember that through patience, diligence, and remaining firm in your course, you'll see a brighter future.
Chicane, I'm in Ark territory now. That flyby show you anything?
First section seems to be a mass storage area. View ahead. Looks like Ark has repurposed it for living quarters. Or barracks, maybe.
Those two things have very different connotations, Chicane. Which is it?
Well, everyone in front of you is armed, so I'll let you decide.
Right.
Sokol, calm down.
Don't tell me to! Don't tell me to calm down. When they try to intimidate me. Get me to bring them here. But I refuse.
Who?
Interpol. They're coming here.
The police know what happens to them when they come here.
Not the police. Interpol. I think they mean to arrest Talos.
Relax, Sokol. If Interpol needs to learn the same lesson we taught the police, we will be glad to teach them. We will go to any lengths to protect Talos. Now go. Go keep your eyes open, and we will handle Interpol together.
Sokol.
Oje, it's you.
We came to you in good faith, with good intentions, and asked for your help. When you backed out, I defended you, and this is how you repay me? Why?
You're right. It's true. But I had no choice. Can you keep my family safe? Can you guarantee that? No, of course not. So I do what I think is right, and if it costs me my life, at least I have done right. Can you say that?
I'm here to get answers and find out who's behind the bombing. If I succeed, maybe I can protect your family, and a lot more like it. All you've done is put more families in jeopardy.
You're right. I know it. Just go. Do what you came to do before I change my mind. Go!
The police will be very violent.
I've only had 2 days of
Look, you have a lot to do once the police leave. How can we ignore what the police are doing in Mutulak? I hate to see what is happening here.
The way they're forced to live. There must be something.
What? We will have a lot to do once the police leave.
I've only had 2 days of weapon training.
We need to be ready in case the police make a push.
I did not join army looking for violence.
How can we ignore what the police are doing?
The way that Foster lived.
Nothing happening in the LQ.
We've already begun packing supplies for meals.
I hate to see what is happening here. Common area, kitchens and gym clear.
This crisis will forge our character.
The public has found us guilty. We have no chance.
Those poor people.
Kitchens, gym are clear.
Captain Dixon, we have a plan. Too many sounds in this place.
Check it out. I worry the police will beat confessions out of this. I hate to see what is happening here.
What counts as suspicious?
We should secure the entrance.
It is not right, none.
Nothing happening in the LQ.
This crisis will forge our character.
What about the police?
justification. I know it is a lot to ask. To lay down in front of our oppressors. But only in this way. The augmented be accepted into the world again. I speak to all of you. Not as the leader of Ark. A friend. Our only solace may be the knowledge. So, we are right.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Responsibility for that shocking series of explosions that ripped through Rosica train station yesterday morning, prematurely ending the lives of dozens of innocent travelers. Earlier this evening, Dr. Talos Rucker did post a letter from his home inside the neighboring sewer complex, condemning the attack and urging Czech authorities to investigate, just as he has every time bombs have gone off in Prague. Sources close to the investigation tell me that
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
What should we do about the police?
Global leader in fair, unbiased, and impartial reporting. And now for a close look at the events making headlines. Here are our top stories.
I'm not shitting. It was about, I don't know, maybe 1 meter by 2, about half a meter tall notebook.
What was in it?
Gold color protective head. The public has found us guilty. We have no chance. Nobody sees it before I could even think.
Forma. You must be planning something big.
Yes, exactly. Wonderful.
I doubt this will follow the law in this. What's happening?
You must be planning something big.
Yes, exactly. In front of small house. Wonderful.
We have real problems with inanimate objects. Inanimate objects that are now attached to animate ones. See, I think there are many reasons to regulate the augmentation industry. And products. But I can't help but certain methods somehow extend to them. They have a right to defend. Of course they do. As much as we do by protecting ourselves.
How long before the police come to us?
Common area, kitchen. In clear. We will have a lot to do once the police leave. The hell was that? You see it? Planning something big. Yes. Planning something big. Yes.
Wonderful.
How can we ignore what the police are doing in Toledo?
I am ready for anything.
You need to be ready.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiate. Access granted.
So far, anyway. The LQ is clear.
You keep Talos safe, no matter.
Chicane, you with me?
Thankfully, no. What's your progress?
I'm through the living quarters. Looks like I'm into some kind of operations area now. My gut tells me Rucker's gonna be above all this, someplace high and defensible.
Better find an elevator then. I'll update you with extraction coordinates when I have them. Chicane out.
It's been 2 years. We aren't going to win. Wake up! No one in operations but us. When are you sending my relief?
We need new cameras. Clear. Operations.
Haven't gotten any word from outside. Our brothers and sisters keep us safe.
I'll contact someone in LQ. Make sure it is still quiet. Patrol is clear. Been a long week. Last batch of posters came up this college. Who's editing video this week?
Let's go. Try to be a little more professional. I have nothing here. Hey, wait up! Everything's fine over here?
Who's editing video this week?
I have a great idea for an outpost.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Delos should be live on air. We need to come soon.
We will never get some to reconsider.
Don't know what that was, but something moved. Better get in there. Whoever bombed Ruzika was probably a religious fanatic.
Chicane, I'm moving in on Rucker's position. You got those coordinates yet?
I'll transmit them as soon as I've finished my coffee.
Don't leave me hanging, Chicane.
You just worry about getting our man. Be careful. He's dangerous.
We'll see.
I'm unarmed.
I'm sure you'll understand if I don't take your word for it.
You're clearly very skilled. I want to thank you for holding yourself in check on the way in. My friends only want to protect me, but there's been too much bloodshed already.
You don't seem surprised to see me.
I'm not. After the train station attacks, I knew it was only a matter of time before they sent someone. Please, sit.
This isn't a social call, Rucker. I'm here to take you in.
Our mandate is to fight for the rights of the augmented. Communicate our message, offer assistance. The Ark is a non-violent organization.
All right, then this should be easy. Come with me, answer our questions, and we'll have you back here in plenty of time to film your next sermon.
I'm not a fool. If I surrender now, I'm never coming back. Once you have me, you intend to make me disappear. But I will not make Solzhenitsyn's mistake. My people and I will resist you.
I thought you were a pacifist.
I am. But I'm more than a leader. I am a symbol. That is why you wish to erase me. If martyrdom is the only way to remain a symbol, then even my death is preferable to my evaporation.
If I have to bring you in by force, I will. And your people will try to stop me. And neither of us wants anyone to get hurt, so come along peacefully. You have my word. I will do everything I can to see that you are treated fairly.
You cannot speak to me of peace or fairness. Not when your masters hide in the shadows, manipulating, controlling, murdering without the courage to proclaim their convictions in front of the rest of the world.
That's the way power has always worked, Rucker. If you haven't figured that out yet, you need to listen to the people who've thought things through a few steps ahead.
My life may not have prepared me to be the leader of an activist group, but it is still hypocritical of you to criticize me for using your own methods. I have been patient and understanding. I have taught my people non-violence and waited for the rest of the world to follow that example. I have had faith in humanity, and humanity betrayed me.
Follow your example. History has shown that anti-other movements always spring up in times of chaos and fear. Before deciding to become the symbol of the cause, you should have made sure you were prepared for it.
I thought I was. I thought I could. God help me, someone had to do it. This is a very precarious time for the movement. These attacks are making everything worse for us. My leadership position within ARC is being threatened, and I suspect the two might even be connected. Please, go back to your people. Tell them to give me 48 hours so I can attempt to resolve the internal conflict.
I'm sorry. If I go back empty-handed, I'll just be replaced. Probably by someone more eager and less sympathetic. Coming in now is honestly the best thing you can do for everyone.
Yes. I suspect you are right. But can you understand this? If you were to take me from here, you would be responsible for more than my death. You would be responsible for my effacement, the ruination of the Augmented Rights Coalition, and the perversion of everything it stands for.
The bottom line hasn't changed. If you come with me willingly, there won't be any violence. You now have the choice. Choose the non-violent path, or you are the one betraying the cause.
I cannot watch any more of my people die. Not on my account. You've asked me to trust you, and so I will. Before we leave together, there's something I must show you. I suspect there's a power struggle brewing within our organization. Some people inside ARC are less committed to our ideals.
Are you trying to tell me you know who's responsible for the bombings?
I have only suspicions, and until recently, not even that. The evidence I have begun collecting is meager, but I give it to you. This is the key card for the security door. The evidence is inside.
Why give it to me? Why not keep it, present it at your interrogation?
Because if my suspicions are correct, and I am seen leaving here with you, willingly, I may not survive to present my evidence. Somewhere down there, hiding in plain sight, is your real terrorist. I was trying secretly to find out who is responsible.
Rucker? Chicane, Rucker is dead.
Come again.
I'll fill you in when I see you, which is where exactly?
There's some greenhouses near your position. Below them is a clearing. That's where I'll be. Chicane out.
Anomaly detected. Tray access granted.
Act like it.
Access granted.
Talos isn't able to think about anything else.
Then why isn't he doing anything about it?
You'll have to ask him. Come up with an answer.
Since I'm back to, I think I'm in Prague now. That last area was Golem City, so I hope you enjoyed that. I know I got spotted a few times, I had to restart it, but in the end, I managed to get through
a lot of goddamn good
without being
Rucker being
spotted.
dead is going to do for us. Your orders were to bring him in.
I fully intended to.
Then how did this happen?
I think someone being paid to manipulate Ark killed him. Someone in his crew. Rucker told me Ark was being set up, that the real terrorists were hiding in plain sight.
And was he wearing a tinfoil hat when he said this?
The man was devoted to bridging the divide between Augs and Naturals. He knew that every one of these attacks just drives the stake in deeper, and that the only way to fix things was to pull that stake out. He said he had evidence to prove Ark's innocence. He was ready to come in and talk to us, even though he knew it meant risking his life.
What evidence was he referring to?
I don't know. He was killed before he could say.
Well then, there's no use theorizing over what-ifs, is there?
What about Victor Marchenko?
I ran that name through iLink and got back a blank page. Why? You got something else?
Nothing more than a gut feeling, so far.
Well, I'm sorry, Agent, but I need more than that. Christ. What a mess. You know word of Rucker's death is going to spread, don't you? And when that happens, the head of state police assures me Golem City will become a war zone. We can't let that happen. I hope we're good on juice, Chicane, because I need a ride. As for you, Agent...
I still have a case to solve, and I know exactly where to start, Director. Smiley's had more than enough time to analyze that DSD I gave him.
The one you took from Ruzika?
I'll check in with him, see what's on it. After that, I'll go where the evidence takes me. I intend to make sure the right people are brought to justice for this, whether they're augmented or not.
Get a move on, before this case gets any colder. And keep me in the loop. Let's go, Chicane.
Okay, I think I'll end it there. I'm gonna have a bit of a break. I may carry on with this tomorrow, I might not, but if I do, well, hope you guys enjoy.